this is the market report for October 26, 2022. Let's get into it. All right. So we talked about it earlier today in the show, how just everything is just coming back to earth. NFTs has crashed. Card market has crashed. Comic market's crashing, you know. And I don't know if we should say crashing. Like coming back to earth feels a lot easier. But I remember, shout out to Red Hood, who, if he's still in the chat, Red Hood sold recently, a couple months ago, he sold a 9.8 all new Marvel 0.1 second print for, I want to say it was almost $2,000. And
wow.
And one just sold the other day for $810.
Dude, I just had auctions 1 week apart, and like market comparatively like 30-40% lower than the other books. Like,
yeah, I feel like this week's market report, there was a ton of that, Sean.
I feel like it just happened. I feel like, because I was just kind of looking at stuff the other day, and I was like, damn, all this shit dropped this much, like just kind of across the board. I didn't
Dude, that Thundercats #1 9.8, that was $1,000 book a couple months ago. And the Secret Wars #1, that was $1,000 book a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the type of stuff, and it's just absolutely bonkers. Yeah, Red Hood said he sold one for $2,500. How long ago was that, Hood, that you sold the 9.8.1 second print? He sold it for $2,500. Now it's less than $1,000, you guys. There's even more. Look at this.
I don't think anybody's dropped more than Kamala, by the way. I don't think any single book for any of her books.
Spawn 175, that was $1,000 book easy, if not $1,200. Now it's $589. Wow. That Saga, I can't believe that a Saga 9.8 signed signature series #1 for less than $500.
Wow.
And that Black Cat Noir, that was like an $1,800 book a couple months ago.
That's an impossible book too.
Yeah. So
he actually made his signature look like it was part of it instead of.
Yeah, terrible, like he normally does.
Yeah.
So, you know, price is great. Look at that. Look at that Vengeance #1 raw.
Oh, that's a big drop.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh, God.
And a 9.8 Pena signed for $355 for that Punisher. That's crazy. That's a $900 book easy a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm over here canceling on the other side of my screen, canceling some flight plans.
Yeah, man. This is not good.
Hey, seriously though, and I've been talking especially to friend Phil, Binge Comics and Toys. Like he's been telling dealers about price corrections, and they don't want to listen to him. And so he thinks that after Baltimore is when they're going to finally realize that they have to. So I'm going to see what's going on this weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna see what's going on this weekend because I'm like, let's be honest here. I know that was $1,000 book. I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, like obviously I'm not a book in particular I'm talking about.
A lot of dealers are
if we're looking at 500, like maybe we can do a cash deal right now. Otherwise, like don't know what to tell you. I'm going to Pratt Street, calling my friends, have some beers.
You might be able to score some major books doing that, but it might have to wait till Sunday when these guys are like, I haven't sold shit all weekend.
Maybe, but like then the Raiders game's on, so too late for them. The same Halloween New Orleans almost went to that. So
how about that? Look at that, Darth Vader #3, the LaRocca variant, raw for $400.
Dude, I had a 9.8 second print Vader 3 end at $130 this weekend.
Ooh.
Don't get me wrong, I made about $100, but because
that was a $300 book easy.
I saved it, dude. It was the last one I sold was like $325, and market was $350, which at an auction is obviously a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, people in the chat, Noah's saying a reset or revalue is okay. The sky is not falling. Prices will go up. Let's all go shopping. And Solo says, Stein explained it perfectly. Take 2020 to 2021 prices out of the picture. I mean, that's absolutely correct. And like I mentioned, like last episode or the episode before, if you look at the CGC,
check. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
I can't hear you guys for some reason. Hold on 1 second.
Okay,
go ahead, man.
If you look at the CGC prices from like 2000,
I'm gonna leave and come back. 1 second.
Until now, they've consistently gone up. Yes, there are little dips here and there, but comics are, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about comics overall.
Oh, and one of the sales on that screen is mine.
Are they really? Which one?
Drajevic.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What do you think that was, Sean? Do you think that what grade do you think that would
There's
be?
a hole in it.
A hole in it?
Yeah, on the spine. Like grader's good day 8.0.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not graded. I mean, I listed everything in there. It depends. Like you can go. That could have gone 7.0 to 8.5, I think. And there's too big. And I've been seeing too big of discrepancies in what I've been sending. So I didn't think. Honestly, to me, it wasn't worth grading. I mean, we can't zoom in. There's like about 5 color breaks by that purple hand on the bottom on front and back. And then there's a scuff perfectly along the wet spine that you can't see. Book looks gorgeous, bag and board. Like if you want a copy to add to your collection, it's just not going to grade as high. But like if you don't have that book, like that's fine. I wanted about another $1,000 out of it, to be honest. I mean, of course, I wanted 10 more grand out of it, but let's got to be realistic about what you have there. So
is that your sale, Sean?
The UF4 is mine.
Nice.
It's fine. For the grade on it, it's fine. Wanted about another $1,000. Hey, dude, now I've got give me, what, 1,900, figure out it to play with the Baltimore. Try to figure something else out. It is what it is, dude. I've had that book for years. Paid $75.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask if you got these out of the Five Below packs.
No, I never got. Well, they don't have those in California, so I never got one of those. But there was a dealer who got a ton of copies with another dealer. That you guys probably know who I'm talking about, and a guy named Lee would have him at every con, and he had them non-bagged and boarded. He'd have a whole bunch of them, a stack of them in just a bag, like a magazine bag.
Yep.
And he'd let you buy one per con, and he'd talk your ear off. He always remember you. Plus, it's like he's a local guy, and so each con, so you'd have WonderCon or it wasn't Revolution, but anyway, other local stuff on there. When I'd see him, I'd just buy one, and most of them would sell for $300 or $400, but $75 to $300, like fucking good deal, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's like what it is, dude. It's not like I ever thought this. I remember actually holding that stack at WonderCon. This could have been LA Comic Expo. I forget. It could have been Stanley, but I'm standing there with Trey actually, who flew out. And I've got the stack, and I said, there's someday we're going to regret not being able to leave with this whole stack, right? And he's like, you're for sure right about this, dude. And so I buy one, and whoever was near me, I'd be like, if you don't buy one of these, you're dumb. Because you can already make money, and you're just not going to get them. And didn't know anything about the Five Belows, but I've had that book for so long, and I knew the market's down a little bit. I thought I'd try to pull something out of it, run some auctions, go put some money to put back in comics this weekend. So we'll see.
Nice. Sean, I remember going to a show probably 2017, and the guy, I don't know if it was the same guy because he let me buy 2, but he was selling them a stack of these for $90 a piece. And
it's Lee from Comic Man. It's 100% because all the leftover he and Juan got they split the stack that was left at Diamond. He paid $2 each for them.
Oh my God. Wow.
And so if you guys have scrolled back on my Instagram, you'll see where I'll be pressing like 20 copies of this at a time.
Yeah.
And the hater websites, those we shall not speak of, you like throw fits, they're doctor pictures or this and that. And it's like, no, dude, I just look at them being resold after pressing and grading. And I was the one picking out to grade, and I would only grade 9/8. So like at that time, he would sell, raw 9.4s, 9.6s and do, at $2 a peep, do well for them. And now $40,000 9/8s with them. So that's it.
I bet you it was funny because I've had a couple of friends that were like, yeah, I've got like 5 or 6 of those. And they were like, maybe I should sell one right now and get my son a car a couple of months ago. Should have done it.
Yeah, dude. 9/8, no. I would have definitely, I think in May, that would have probably been at least 38, maybe. maybe 4, but there hadn't been a raw auction lately, so I'm kind of banking on that. And blue chip books haven't tanked like the other ones have. It's just I don't know what to think. I know Miles is the future, but I think live action Miles is like 4 years away.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of whatever. I got like 500 for a raw poly bag with real clear pictures. There's nothing you could pop in 9.8 or anything like that, but it wasn't a shitty copy, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
next on the list, we've got some interesting sales. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1, the Inhuck Lee variant for $1,627.
Still going strong. I missed this. I think the week after it came out, it was like already at $300, and I was like, I'll wait for it to come back down. Never came back down.
No. I love that Captain Britain right there. Man, that is one of those books that I think is a great buy. Even at $1,700 to me, that's a great buy because it's tough to get that in a 9.8. It's a big book. It's a magazine size book, and the paper quality on that is such shit. And it had a mask in the inside that's impossible to have still connected.
Yep.
That's a 9.8 copy of that shit, dude.
Yeah. Crazy.
So $1,700 on the Captain Britain one. And then of course we talked about the Batman RRP last week that sold for $10,000. Another one sold this week for $9,100. So
it's the same book.
Is it the same book?
So I did not verify this. Someone in the hangout with me told me they checked and it's the same copy.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
And why does it say Tom Brady?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Dude, please Tom Brady buy this book. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Next we've got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1, a 7.5 signed by Eastman, sold for $25,000, basically $24,700 for a 7.5. Wow. Yeah. How about that double cover Secret Wars 8? Somebody saw that on there and they just snagged that fucker immediately. Man, that is a tough book.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love double covers. Berserker #1, the John Bourne Myers 1 in 1000, signed by Keanu Reeves. Perfect signature placement. Just beautiful. $24.52 on 38 bids.
That Keanu signature is like work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Yep. Another Black Panther 1 sketch variant, a 9.6, sold for $3,000. Beautiful. I like this. The New York Comic Con program guide, the Wonder Woman signed by Gal Gadot, sold for a 9.8 signature series, sold for $435. I feel like that was a great fucking buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering getting a magazine back forever and like how tough, and her signature is what, $300 or something alone,
or more. Yeah,
or more.
Another double cover, an X-Men 141 double cover. Holy shit, man! 2 huge double covers sold, and for less than $400 on that X-Men 141.
That's
man.
Wild.
Yeah,
it's major.
Next, we've got a major key issue that people just do not talk about, and that's Twilight Zone #84, the very first Frank Miller professional art from 1978, gold key. Very tough to find. He also did issue 85, so be on the lookout for 85. There's Whitman variants for 85, I believe. I don't know about 84. Usually, here's a little bit of cornbread for you guys. Usually, the best time to find these are in lots. So look for Twilight Zone lots from Gold Key, and that's where I have a couple of each, and that's where I always find them. And that's sold for almost $340. So pretty cool for a raw version of that. Bone #1 in 8.5 sold for $2,000, and then a CBCS 9.8 Clone Wars 1, not the variant, just the regular, not the newsstand, sold for just under $2,000, which is pretty nice for that.
Nice.
Next, we've got a really rare Savage Dragon. I say it's rare because I've never seen it. A Savage Dragon 156, a Herb Trimpe 1 in 10 variant. It's an Incredible Hulk swipe, and a 9.6 of it. Sorry, a 9.6 sold for $860, and I've never seen that book.
I've never seen the book.
Crazy. Two Incredible Hulk 1 sold this last week. A 3.5 sold for 17 grand, and then I think it was a raw or a purple label sold for like 7 grand, I think. But yeah, 17 grand for a 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
This is crazy to me. And we talk about history in here. And when we talk about history, especially in comic books, we talk about good history and we talk about bad history, right? People love the swastika covers. They love the racist, Japanese covers from World War II and stuff like that. This is history right here, and it's bad history. And I can't believe that this was put out. It's a George Wallace giveaway calling for segregation.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, a little giveaway comic. And $356. Again, history. That's history right there. It's absolutely crazy. And you can find, we'll get into this a little bit later with magazines and stuff, but you can find like Hitler magazines, from like Time magazine. One year he was given the Time Man of the Year, right?
Yeah.
Hitler in the early 1930s or 1920s, and then 10 years later he's being called the most evil man in the world, which, I mean, that's the type of crazy shit. And you can find those Time magazines. They sell for a couple $100 each. So really weird history stuff. And that's why it's important. I think comic books have become that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The Punisher M&M book sold again. This is the XXL magazine, the one that came with the magazine, right?
Yep.
$365 raw.
I'm mad I missed that.
Yeah, that's way down.
Yeah.
2 9.8 Invincibles sold on the same day. Look at that. What causes that?
I'd cry.
Absolutely.
I'd literally cry. And the one with double the shipping sold for twice the money.
Yeah.
It's because the second listing said huge show on Amazon.
Yeah. You might be right, bro, to be honest. Like,
Maybe.
I can't figure it out. I cannot figure it out, man. A raw sold, I think, for like 800 too, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't adding parentheses and things like that? Don't they screw up sort of your search? I don't know. I go direct words. I'll do a dash every once in a while. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea, man. Must be a bigger seller.
That's weird.
Some more original art. You got a Tim Sale original page from the Legend of the Dark Knight Halloween special, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like the starting off point for the Tim Sale Jeff Loeb series, right? That they did. So that's pretty cool. $2,000, 2,200, 22 bids for a page. 2 Bill Sienkiewicz original art drawings from 1988 sold for $1,648 and $1,377 respectively. Pretty damn cool for old school Bill Sienkiewicz work. This is cool right here. This is, to me, one of the coolest things. And I talked to a couple people on IG who said they were bidding on it. The very first ever Wizard Guide to Comics, the Ashcan edition, sold for $921.
That's awesome. Does anybody know where this was, or was it given out?
I have no idea about it. I've never seen it ever. I didn't even know.
I talked about this earlier. The same sale earlier this week, and people just didn't fucking know. I feel like I've heard about it. I feel like it's a story that I knew, or like at least I saw a listing that explained it better back in like prior,
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to also show people what the originals that we know of sell for. A raw guide to Comic Cons, the San Diego collector version, which has the stamp on it. You guys can see it by Spidey's foot. That's the rare version that gave it out at San Diego Comic Con. And a lot of those, if you own that and you've never looked, make sure to look in the poster on the inside. It's got a poster of that, and a lot of those are signed. I have 2 of them, and McFarlane signed both of my posters.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
and then a 9.2 sold of the regular for $380. Here's some more history stuff. I was thinking about this earlier today about like it would be cool to find out like the very first time they showed like with Wizard of Oz stuff with Dorothy, Judy Garland. Here's a Movie Life magazine from August of 1939 with her on the cover, sold for $350. It'd be pretty cool to find out, like, what was the first time you ever saw, the movie being talked about, the second movie that they made in 39. There was an original silent black and white movie that's really weird, but, the one we all know and love. It'd be very interesting to find out, like, when they first started talking about that. I don't know what this Nintendo Power is, the Star Wars Rebel Strike Nintendo Power, but it's sold for $224. I don't know why. It has the inserts in the poster, which is weird. I don't get it. It looks a little tore up, and I can't believe it sold for that. So if anybody in the chat or that's catching this on the rewind knows, let us know in the comments below why that one sells for so much. It could be something special. I don't know. But here's another cool thing. It's a Cavalier magazine from 1972 where Stephen King wrote under a pseudonym. Now, I don't know if that's the first time he ever wrote anything in a magazine or anything.
Richard Bachman?
I don't know. It could be.
That was his pen name, right?
Yep. And this is fascinating to me. So if anybody knows about this, when the first time Stephen King wrote, because I know he did things as a kid. He sent in things to magazines and stuff. So that's a very cool thing to look for if that's the first one, that Cavalier magazine. Be on the lookout for that. $305 on 15 bids. We got more that we're going to talk about coming up on this type of stuff. I talked about on Saturday night's manga time. We talked about the Shonen Jump. There's a really great IG that I love to follow that keys in on all the early Shonen Jumps. And we actually talked about Vinny had his little thing happen with the Astro Boy. Did you end up picking that one up that you saw?
I'm still looking. I did pick up the one that I saw. So Topher and Clint Jocelyn made that manga top 10 manga list, and I found what they had as the first appearance of Astro Boy, which is a super dope book. It was from, I think, 1962.
Yep.
But I found out that that's a reprint from 1952. So it had Astro Boy on the cover, but there's an actual there's another copy of Shonen magazine that actually had Astro Boy. So I'm still looking. So when I find it, I'm going to or maybe even before that, I'm going to do a deep dive on that so you guys know a little bit more about
that. I don't know if you saw the one that we were talking about the other night, Vinny. I don't know if that was the same one that you picked up. I'm going to show it to you here in a second here if I can find it.
Yeah.
But there is this amazing, I'm going to start looking into picking up. To me, this is the collecting focus for return on your investment. This is the stuff. And this is the one right here that I thought might be it. And you can let me know. Is this the one that you saw? This is the prototype from Shonen Magazine 1951 number 7.
Yeah, so this is okay, so there's a 1952 one. This is before Astro Boy was called Astro Boy, so he was called Ambassador Adam back then, but yes, I'm targeting that also.
Yeah. So this is the one to me, this is the one to be on the lookout for. I mean, it's obviously Astro Boy. So
dude, that Astro Boy 1 on eBay is mine.
Is it?
The 9.0.
That's sick. Yeah. That's sick, dude.
Nobody sniffs it because I didn't ask for a whole lot of money.
Yeah. Well, here's a Shonen Jump
Boy
with the first appearance of Naruto that I talked about. $365 it sold for on 13 bids.
That's actually probably a really good price for that, because these I've been watching these first appearance mangas for a long time, and I've just seen them go out of control the last few years. Like ones that were like hovering in the 200 to 300 range have just shot up to like $2,000 over these last few years. So
yeah, and they usually threw these things away. I mean, they don't keep, they just read them and throw them away for the most part over there, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is something I'm so bummed out I missed on. A lot of people that know about this one, this Carpe Noctem magazine collection. That one in the middle there is a very famous book that a lot of people don't know about. That is the very first Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Johann Vasquez did it for that magazine. and it's super rare, and it sells for thousands by itself. And this is a whole run of all the Carpe Noctem magazines, which are super rare, sold for $225. And then a Bruce Lee the Green Hornet TV guide from 1967, a Mexican edition. As you can see, it's got Bruce Lee as the Green Hornet on front, sold for $409 on 5 bids, but it looks like it's in beautiful condition.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So, we talk about foreign comics all the time with Josh and Rob Fordham. These foreign type of things, whether it's the Shonen Jumps or the, TV guides, magazines, stuff like that, that's something to be on the lookout for. The Life magazine from May 13th, 1957 is awesome. It is the discovery of psychedelic mushrooms. It's got it on the cover there. It's a very famous psychedelic magazine, and it's sold raw for $398. It was immediately picked up. Super, super rare. Usually in just horrible condition, those can sell for up to $250. This is really cool. Now, a lot of you guys know this, but some of you guys might not. Tattoo ephemera is super collectible, and it's just super, super collectible. And this is a vintage tattoo advertisement about a tattoo show, or I don't know what it is, but it's an advertisement for, to go see tattoos and stuff from 1877. Sold for $456 just for the advertisement. So pretty cool. Ephemera is so collectible. And then a 1952 Marilyn Monroe French/Lebanese magazine with her on the cover sold for $530. Shout out to Redhood again, who collects he likes to buy the old Marilyn Monroe movie magazines. Man, early Marilyn Monroe stuff sells, and it sells well.
I used to have the Playboy.
Yeah.
I did.
Number one?
Yep.
So sold it for $1,500.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Still.
All right. How about this, you guys? Big money on toys this last month. A vintage 88 Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder 10-back with the hard head, unpunched, mint on card, sold for $18,865.
Wow.
Yeah, on 11 bids. That's crazy. But what's even crazier are those plush dolls. And we've talked about these plush dolls sell for a lot of money, whether they're Luigi and Nintendo characters or Sonic characters, South Park characters. They sell for a ton. And these three, that's Mario, Luigi, and Donkey Kong, sold, the three of them sold for $10,100 on 24 bids.
That's wild.
Yeah. And the most wild to me, you guys know I love Homies figures. I talk about them all the time. A collection of series 1 through 4, 76 total pieces sold for over $10,000 on 45 bids.
Man, this is going to make me go back to my parents' house and dig through their attic. This is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Some more big monies. I've talked about the Beyblade stuff on here before. A big, large collection of it, over 140 pieces, sold for $10,000 on 54 bids.
Wow.
So, Masters of the Universe vintage Grayskull sealed in an acrylic case, sold for almost $4,000, $3,888.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then a Snake Mountain, same sealed, sold for over $4,000 on 18 bids.
Get on the mic, dude.
Yep, I remember Snake Mountain Mike so much, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah. This blew me away. The Spawn Kickstarter 3-pack sold for $260. That is so low. Wasn't that selling for like?
Oh, that's just a fuck. Mine's in the garage unopened. I'm not dicking around. That shit's just staying there. Plus, I'm not losing money on it.
Yeah. There's no way.
I would tomorrow, but not. Yeah.
There's no way. And I've never seen that Mego Pocket Superhero Spider-Man figure. I've never seen that. A mint on sealed card graded from CAS a 90 sold for $383 on 30 bids from 1979. The Steel Brigade figure, we've talked about this a lot. Be on the lookout for the gold-headed Steel Brigade figure. They sell for a grip. Any of the Steel Brigade figures sell for a lot, but those blue-green bodies of the gold head sell for a ton, $469 for a loose figure. An Elvis Presley 1954 Sun promo DJ sample sold for $3,000 British, which is around what? Yeah, 3,000 US. So that's pretty cool.
I think it's
a vintage Kiss Halloween costume of Paul Stanley sold for $405 on 40 bids from 1978. And
Crazy.
this is crazy. That Andy Warhol, the famous Velvet Underground album cover, a mono First State torso cover in shrink wrap version of that album sold for over $8,000 on 49 bids.
Probably goodbye.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's iconic art, historic art right there also.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of cool. I thought this might be a very cool like niche collecting thing. Old school posters for concerts and stuff where they used comic art, right? So there's a Doctor Strange comic art from a concert flyer for Boz Scaggs that sold for $175, which seems cheap, right? And then an Incredible Hulk one from Elvin Bishop, who I've never heard of, the Sons of Elvin Bishop and the Stone Ground concert with Hulk on it with beautiful colors sold for $250.
There's no way Marvel approved any of those.
Oh no, hell no. And then one of the most famous printings of a poster for a rock concert is that Jimi Hendrix handbill with the flying eyeball. When CGC decided to start grading posters and handbills, that's what they put on their advertisements when they first started doing it because it's so famous. That and the Grateful Dead Roses and Skeleton one. This one sold for $3,600 on 15 bids, and I feel that's pretty awesome to own that. Super famous. So very, very cool stuff right there. All right, we've got even more, you guys. Let's get into this. Here we go. We have got. All right, let's do this. All right, let's get here. So some more comics here. This is super cool. I'm a big fan of the Spirit and early Spirit stuff. This is the Spirit magazine from 1952, Spirit number 3. Look at that cover, dude. It's got a lady in red. It's got a skeleton and a corpse. It's got the candle. It's got like it's perfect. Trade box, the title box. Very, very cool cover. A 7.5 sold for less than $600.
Wow.
Yeah. This is cool. A rare Fantastic Four, number 293, unpublished She-Hulk cover. I didn't know about this. Did you guys know about this?
No fucking
I've never
clue.
heard about this. Never seen it. Don't know what this is. So let's take a look at what it says. Unpublished, last issue by John Byrne. And I've never seen this. If anybody out there knows anything about this, let us know, because I don't know anything about this. I've never seen this. Don't know why it's unpublished. Sold for $710. All they say is She-Hulk variant cover, last issue by John Byrne. That's all they say.
It's
18 bids? Like, I don't know. If chat, let us know if you know anything.
Look at what this guy's selling.
All right, let's see here.
A bunch of bootleg fucking variants. Those fake.
What the fuck? Are they
fake?
fake?
Not all of them. He said just happened. He says warehouse finds.
Yeah.
At Kenny X Force, warehouse find. But he says it's a variation and maybe a damaged one. It's got like brass staples, like the shit. Fake.
So this is a guy that's just selling fake shit.
Yeah. I don't think it's all fake. It looks like a legit account, but somebody put that Siege 3 in there. It looks like the ones we got from like Lithuania. You remember those?
Yeah,
the ones
I remember those.
we got?
You and Dino got. Yeah.
Click on that Siege. It's fake as fuck. And look at his description. This is fake, but just in case it might not be. Now go up to the right. See, No, go down to that thing in quotation marks, the yellow thing right there.
Bidders be aware this comic was found, among others, in an abandoned warehouse, possibly a misprint. Wow.
Fake. The staples are wrong. Everything. I saw this another hangout. International Josh sent it this morning. That I don't know. Like I don't know. I've never heard of the fucking book though.
I've never heard of it either.
So
if you Google it, you can't find it. So I don't know what the hell that is.
It might not be real.
it did. If Recalled Comics doesn't have it, cool. I've never seen anybody really better conglomerating rare comics than recalledcomics.com. Yeah, I don't know. That one, I mean the page, look, it's like a staple on cover. Get the fuck out of here. There's no inside ads or anything. Look at that. Look at that white sticking up. It's just more bullshit, dude.
You think so?
100%. It's probably no. The 293. The interior looks right. Look at that shit. Come on. That was printed the same day.
Yeah, you can
Is
see
that
the
yellow ass
print
pages?
lines. Yeah, you can
Outta
see the
here,
print
dude.
lines in it. That's very interesting, man.
Busting you out, whoever you are, dude. With your fake ass books.
Don't buy from Imagination Inc.
Imagine whatever that is, dude. I know that's why I said he's got the feedback, dude, and it's not bad. But I'm telling you, there's some fake ass books on there, dude.
He must have imagined those books.
Another warehouse find just happened to have that. The uncanny, all the Venom variants from 2011, 2012. I mean, you're looking at sold, but he's got weird shit in his auctions.
This is weird. The Last Galactus story. They put this. This was an Epic Illustrated. Why? How does he have this? What the fuck?
Because they're just making it in. They're just making it in a factory somewhere and selling fake comic books. Is what's happening.
Wow.
We got to look more into this guy, man. We need to reach
to
out.
This happened this morning, dude. I was on my walk. Yes, I occasionally get a little exercise, and I was going through everybody's shit, and I was like, nah, that's bullshit. Some people remember.
By the way, this is a famous thing that a lot of people don't go after, and that's Epic Illustrated. This is the Last Galactus story, and they didn't get to finish it because Epic got canceled before they did. So be on the lookout for Epic Illustrated. What is it, 26 or 28 through 32, I think it is. So yeah, 26 through 34. It's got the Last Galactus story that they never finished. Yeah, we need to contact this guy, man. Let's contact this guy and get him on the show. I'm glad I'm glad you said that, Sean.
Get him on all right.
I want to. Yeah. We're gonna contact him and get him on here and talk to him. You know what I mean? This is interesting.
Since you're clearly bootlegging on eBay, would you like to come on and talk about it?
Yeah, man.
Because you found it in a warehouse. You found all these variants that were.
Yeah.
They came out from 2011 to 2015. Some of the rarest things in the world that have slight imperfections and were misprints somehow ended up in the same thing, and then he's trying to cover his own ass by doing that and saying like, well, I didn't make any promises.
Well, that's why we need to get him on, and we need to get him on and be like, hey, you need to come on and talk about it so you can actually sell this stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just be for real, bro. Like, because he's been bootlegging books, bro. That's why I was acting like I was falling asleep on this, because my man is not going to come on and be on this show.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm going to try. I'm not going to try.
Well, Brian, you could try. And let me just say this, bro. I applaud your try. I really do. I applaud your try. And I think that you are super special for reaching out and doing that.
Like this type of special?
No, not that special. Not Goonie special, bro. Not hey, you guys. Yeah, no, not that.
Like this type of special?
That kind of special,
okay,
yes.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, but no, but what I am saying is that, man, we are basically telling this guy, hey, bro, we know you're out here on this bullshit. Come on and be on the show.
No, that's what I'm saying. We reach out to him and be like, hey, we noticed that you sell some really rare stuff. We'd love to hear about your warehouse finds.
Tell us about this warehouse, man.
Yeah, just don't go watch our last couple episodes.
So somebody spent $700 on a bootleg book, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, just crazy to me.
Yeah, dude.
That's what blew me away is I never seen this cover.
It's stapled on.
First of all, staple? It almost looks
100%. It is.
Yeah.
He had the wrong color staples. See if he's got a centerfold on this one.
Yeah.
Just look at that, dude. There's no way. We know damn well you don't get the white inside like that with the. I mean, like those.
You can almost see the printing lines. You can almost see the printing lines in it. Let's see. Does he have a centerfold?
Bro, first of all, She-Hulk looked like John Cena, bro.
Yeah, right.
She like John Cena. Like, go back to the cover, bro. She looked like John Cena, bro.
Her muscles have got muscles.
Yeah, like look at the wristbands, and I just hear doo, 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 doo. I just see that. Like, it's like, it's the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It says go to his sold listings. Let's see what else.
We already went to his sold listings. I did.
Oh, man.
Those are what we were looking at just now. Those sold listings.
It's bullshit, Joe. It's bullshit.
Yeah. All right. This is really cool right here. Babe Ruth Sports, an 8.0 of Babe Ruth Sports comic number 3, Joe DiMaggio file copy.
Wow.
How crazy is that, man?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I'd love that. I fucking love to have that. Babe Ruth and DiMaggio on the same cover.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful. Gorgeous.
Ralph Kiner.
Yeah.
Dude.
It says here, rare baseball comic book Joe DiMaggio cover. It is the file copy from the publisher. So from Harvey. So I thought it was Joe DiMaggio file copy, which made it cooler, but it's still cool. Look at this. Cerberus number 3, a raw copy. First appearance of Red Sophia. Sold for less than $300.
I mean, it's weird because anything, at least when I've looked, like back in the day, anything past number 1 is just worthless.
Yeah, but I feel like this one should be worth way more than that, Yeah. Let's see if there's anybody that wrote in that's famous. No. All right, this is another one right here. I've never seen this. Have you heard about these? These Marvel Authentics original art. This is Marvel Authentics Amazing Spider-Man number 1 from 1998. Out of 300, it says name written on cover, blank box on cover. Look at this. Have you ever seen this?
No, is it like
John Romita, and I don't know if it's actually drawn by him. Let's see what it says.
Is it DF?
It says, yeah, it's Dynamic Forces. And by the way, I have a message out to Nick Barucci. I want to get Nick Barucci on the show, not to necessarily talk about Dynamite. I want to talk to him about Dynamic Forces, big time. It says here, get out of here. What the hell? It says, Dynamic Forces authenticate this copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 1 Marvel Authentics limited edition comic sketch cover as one of a specially limited series of 300 copies drawn by classic Spider-Man artist John Romita Sr. I wonder if every copy is a different cover because it looks like it's actually drawn on this. It looks like the trade dress was on there, and then the rest is pencil. If that's the case, and it only sold for less than $600 to have an original art by John Romita Sr., that's crazy.
Yeah,
So I've never seen this. Again, this is another one. People listening or watching, let us know. Yeah, Uniform 13 says that's OA. That is crazy.
I think it's just the
box.
Sketch. It's just the head sketch that's OA.
Okay, that's still cool. That's still really cool. What a great idea. Shout out to Nick Barucci, man. Always Nick Barucci with Dynamic Forces was just so ahead of his time, Same with Graham Cracker's comics and stuff. That is great, man. Just the box, that's still a cool comic.
Yeah.
Next, we've got a Spawn number 1, a CGC 9.8 signature series. But you guys remember we talked about it last week, the famous Todd McFarlane Spider-Man number 1. Here's what Todd McFarlane's original autograph looked like.
Yeah.
So if you guys see anything with that on there, don't worry. It's not a fake. It's real.
Oh, you can see that shit, dude.
Yeah. So that sold for $319, which I feel like that was a steal to whoever got that. Next, we've got, look at this. Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance Spider-Man, Upper Deck, Stan Lee, BGS 8.5 Auto. I don't know what this is. 2015 Upper Deck employee exclusive Stan Lee autograph. So they gave these out to their employees. It looks like a card or something. that was Amazing Fantasy 15, and they had Stan Lee sign it, and they gave it to their employees. Here's the back. Employee exclusive. Stan Lee. When Stan Lee helped to create Spider-Man Amazing Fantasy 15, he created a hero that has captivated readers for generations. Spidey is a spectacular example of a long list of lasting impacts Stan the Man has given the comic industry. Congratulations. It is with great appreciation and gratitude that we present you with this employee-exclusive card. Upper Deck has always partnered with the best in sports and entertainment. We are proud to present you to this exclusive autographed Marvel comic book cover card signed by Stan Lee. This autograph was signed in the presence of a company representative or sent from and certified as to its authenticity by Stan Lee. It is through all of your efforts that Upper Deck continues to grow and maintains industry leadership position. Enjoy your card. The Richard P. McWilliam family, Upper Deck Company. How cool is this? And if you guys don't know, there's a ton of employee exclusive Upper Deck stuff out there that is super rare that they still do, I think. Wow. So be on the lookout for that stuff. And this sold for $3,000. How cool is that?
That's cool. I ain't gonna lie. That is cool.
Ethan Van Sciver. This to me is awesome. Cyberfrog double page original art. Look at that, you guys. This is from, hold on here. It is from Cyberfrog number 4, 1998, I think. Oh, page 4 and 5. There's the original. That is awesome. There's the blue line that Vinny was talking about earlier. Look how beautiful. And Van Sciver, man, is such a great artist. Badass. So $3,000 that sold for.
Cyberfrog.
Yeah. We talked about Snatch last time. Here's Snatch Comics number 3, a 9.8 from 1969. Look at, there's Rob. You gotta love Robert Crumb, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
the Crumb's a fucking god, dude.
Oh, he is, dude. And this is great. A 9.8, man. Here's the back. So hot it runs a close second to the real thing.
Yeah.
Look at that. So pretty damn cool. This only sold for $366, you guys. For a 9.8 first print of Snatch number 3. The original independent comic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. Next we talked about Halloween covers. We're going to talk about them more on this Saturday. This is a signature series CGC Halloween Night Dance number 1 signed by John Carpenter and Nick Castle. It says here, signed and quote the shape by Nick Castle, who played the original Michael Myers, and John Carpenter. Look at how cool that is, you guys. I've never seen this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. That's crazy cool.
Pretty badass.
Sold for $300. This is The Boys Dear Becky number 1, 4th of July variant, a 9.6. Sold for $1,125. It's a CGC 9.6 signature series, but look who it's signed by. It's signed by Chase Crawford, Karen Fukuhara, Aaron Moriarty, Jack Quaid, Anthony Starr, and Garth Ennis, the creator. All the actors and actresses and the creator. Signed
by the way,
all of them.
I don't know if they have a picture of the COA or not. That 4th of July copy only has 66 copies printed, periods, all numbered.
Wow. So
getting it in a 9.8 with those signatures is probably fucking one of a kind.
That's amazing. This sold for $1,100, you guys.
Oh, honestly, that shit would be in my wall.
Yeah.
I've got the number to 301, but I want this one because it's the same cover, but it's the flag is the deal.
Yeah. This is freaking cool as hell. I'm a super fan of Battle Beasts. This is the original. If you guys didn't know, Battle Beasts were originally Transformers, but when they brought them over to the U.S., they wanted to break them up because they felt like they could sell them better as their own line. So I've never seen this. It's called Battle Beast Laser Beast Books. It's from Takara, which is the Hasbro version of in Japan. They did all the G.I. Joes over there. Look at how and look how cool this is, dude.
Yeah, Takara was the company in Japan that partnered with Hasbro to bring it to the U.S. Yeah.
So I've never seen this. It's a magazine. I don't know if it's comic in the insides or what. It says rare piece of history, but it sold for $267. Never seen it, never heard of it. I want one. Here's that Carpe Noctem that I was telling you guys about. Be on the lookout for that. First ever Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Look at that, $5 they bought it for. And it is the first Johann Vasquez professional artwork ever published. Look at this. Vintage Boba Fett with the removable rocket. It's the Lily Letty version, right? Which is the isn't the Lily Letty the Australian version, like or Mexico? I can't remember. One of the two. Yeah, Mexico, the Mexican version, with removable rocket plus the filled peg hole. Super rare. It's a CAS 80, sold for $9,000 on 60 bids.
Fuck yeah.
So if you guys remember, they were originally rocket firing, but they had to stop that because they were worried kids were going to choke on them. So, but some of them got out, and this was a Mexican version that got out. The Little Letty figures sell for a ton. That one obviously sells for a shit ton.
Yeah, I didn't realize they shipped them internationally, and released them there as well.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I talk about the Night Force figures and vehicles all the time. This is the Sky Patrol versions of the vehicles where they made them a shiny, like metallic paint. And this is the Sky Raven, which was one of the coolest ever G.I. Joe vehicles. It had like its own special, based on a real thing that they put on the back of the original Blackbird. It was a little plane that flew off the back, as you guys can see right there. And just a great vehicle, Sky Raven. Beautiful. Look at that paint. Just super shiny, gorgeous, really, really rare, tough to come by. This sold for $610, complete with box. No blueprints, though. All right, here we go, Vinny. 1987 NES Legend of Zelda, mint sealed, graded CAS 85. This sold at the beginning of October 9th for $17,877.
Wow.
Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, I feel like that probably should have gone for more.
Uh-huh.
Might because it's graded CAS. I don't know, but
look at that, dude.
Yeah, that looks clean.
Oh, man. That is just gorgeous. So I had to do a quick look to see if there's any other Zeldas that sold this last month. And this is so my second favorite ever Zelda game is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on Game Boy, because it was basically, the same as the Nintendo style. And this is an unopened Game Boy version, sold for $8,700 on August 17th.
That's
so great. Yeah. And then this is A Link to the Past, the greatest Zelda game ever. This is, if I could get any sealed video game, this is it. Link to the Past. This is a what is this, Vinny?
I've never heard of this grading company. You're pulling out all the random ones.
So it sold for $9,700 October 2nd. I've never heard of this grading company, but it is sealed. Look at that. Not for resale version.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So super rare. Must be some type of promo version. There you guys can see, not for resale.
I've actually never seen this. I've never seen
the company or that game.
No, well, yeah. I've seen the game, but I haven't seen this not for resale version.
So it says here, A Link to the Past was one of the first video games to offer an open world. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, very rare, not for resale variant and sealed. They were distributed to very few employees from Nintendo.
I can see that.
So that's awesome. That's cool, man. $9,700 on 43 bids. Look at this. Star Fox, the competition version. A 7.0 WATA SNES competition version, 1993, with scorecard.
Yeah, so Nintendo did a bunch of these like kind of championships and like events like this. So they would have like a commemorative cartridge that you'd actually use for the event, and then you would you know, you'd come back, you get to take it with you. So there's a lot of cool stuff like that out there. There's all these versions of it.
And I picked this up. I put this on here because if you guys remember, Marcus is holding it up. Last week, he showed us his Star Fox Super Nintendo right there. So pretty damn cool. This sold for $3,600 on 25 bids.
Wow.
And we got two more. This is a game bundle, N64 game bundle, sold for $3,700 on 25 bids. It has Super Smash Bros., Top Gear Rally 2, all complete. Clay Fighter, remember that game?
I do.
And Blast Cores and Super Bomberman and the Zelda Ocarina of Time. So a great little collection of games for $3,700. And then finally, we've all seen Marcus's Nintendo 64 complete in box.
Oof.
Which you guys can see right there.
Seems like we all have long arms on these shows, right?
All right. That's my favorite ever.
Somebody
game
bring
console.
some shit up. Somebody can reach it.
This is the gold version of the N64, the Toys R Us limited edition gold control deck. Sold for $3,600 on 49 bids. Pretty damn cool, as you can see there. It is still sealed. It's just perfect.
It's unused.
Unused.
Yeah, so VGA would grade this as qualified, just because it's been actually opened. But that's still great in my eyes. I think qualified is just as good as.
I agree.
Yeah,
pretty awesome. So that is the market report for October 26, 2022.